The Trump administration now continues its enforcement efforts against illegal immigration. We now are getting a clearer picture of what that looks like right here in Indiana. Here's Emily Longnecker.
In just the past 6 months, ICE has arrested close to 1,400 people suspected of being in Indiana illegally. That's an 80% increase in arrests from the same time period last year. That's all according to data collected from the Deportation Data Project, after the group submitted Freedom of Information requests to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. That same data showed that of the just over 300 arrests made in June this year alone, 55 of those arrested had no criminal charges or convictions.
Beginning of this year, we've seen just a sense of urgency to detain and arrest and remove people at any cost.
Wendy Catalan-Ruano volunteers with the Indiana Undocumented Youth Alliance and helps support people whose family members have been detained.
Our governor and our politicians are saying, no, we're only going after people with serious crimes. We're only going after people that are committing crimes.
But Catalan-Ruano says that's not always what she's seeing.
We have seen that a lot of our community members have driver's licenses, they have work permits, and they're being pulled over either way. And then ICE is being notified of them driving, of them not being citizens or having legal status, and then they become apprehended by ICE.
And Governor Mike Braun was asked about people being detained who didn't have criminal records.
Here in our state, we're going to do what I said I'd do from the get-go. The worst first, and going after ones that broke the law once they came into the country illegally, and that's to the extent I'm going to be willing to help.
In January, Governor Braun issued an executive order directing all Hoosier law enforcement agencies to fully cooperate with ICE and sign agreements to help them with certain immigration enforcement duties. According to data from ICE, close to 400 law enforcement agencies across the country have signed such agreements. 4 of them are in Indiana. Hamilton, Noble, and Jasper County Sheriff's Departments have all signed agreements with ICE, along with the Green Forks Police Department. A spokesperson for the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department said 5 members of their agency will go through training to be able to identify and start the paperwork for people who are already in jail on criminal charges and are suspected of being here illegally. A spokesperson for the Indiana State Police said they are also planning on signing an agreement to help ICE. For Wendy Catalan-Ruano, she fears with increased arrests, some of the people who end up deported are some of the same people who are already on a path to legal status.
It just contradicts this whole narrative of legal migration.
All at a time with Indiana set to house ICE detainees at Camp Atterbury. Governor Braun telling reporters last week the logistics of that are still being worked out. Emily Longnecker, 13 News.